everybody. Um, I'm filming this early, so wow, I'm actually like on time. I have makeup and stuff, and I'm dressed on because I had an internship today, and I just figured I may as well film my video before I forget. Um, but I guess this week's theme is our thoughts, or like what we think depression means. If you hear beeping, I just made food in the microwave and I'm too lazy to get up and go get it. It's probably going to be cold when I go over there. But, I think this is a really subjective, yeah, um, a very odd question because for everybody, depression is going to be differently. And I mean that, like, in the nicest of ways. I don't mean, like, this is a dumb question, don't ask it. I mean it like it just is different for everybody, and I think it's actually a really cool thing to ask because you get all of these opinions and just mashed up you get like this is what depression is for all of us, and so that I think that's really cool. But for me, it's constantly feeling exhausted and not just like a little bit tired all the time, but like extremely fatigued and not able to do anything all the time, having no motivation in school or to get up in the morning or anything like that. Um, what else? I wouldn't say like constant sadness because with my kind of depression, I go up and down. And I'll have really great days, and sometimes I'll wake up and it'll be a bad day and it'll get better. Or sometimes I'll wake up and it'll be a good day and suddenly at like noon, I will be really sad. So it kind of depends on the day. I mean, it kind of fluctuates. So I wouldn't say like always sad, but like, I don't know, it's weird. The other thing would be, will you shut up? The other thing for me would be just kind of, this kind of goes with, like, lack of motivation, but, like, not really wanting to go out and do things, and, like, go to the mall with friends, or go see movies with friends, and stuff like that. Especially for me, that's pretty big, because I'm homeschooled, so I don't get to see my friends all that often, and it's only the people that I've known for a while that I'm comfortable starting a conversation with, that I hang out with. But I don't know. I don't know. It's subjective, you know, and I think that's really cool because everybody has their own way of describing it. Obviously, I'm doing an awful job, but I'm trying. I think the other thing that Kat said was, what is your meaning of anxiety? Even if it's not, I'm going to toss it in there because it's something that I have. I have severe anxiety. And for me, it's being uncomfortable in what would normally be comfortable situations. Whether that be like going to the grocery store, all of a sudden you start to feel really anxious and uncomfortable and very like, everybody's staring at me. Part of it's insecurity, too. Like, if you think everybody's staring at me, everybody's laughing at me, that's probably an insecurity thing. But for me, my anxiety is around people. Like, I have social anxiety, and it's really hard for me to have conversations with people and start conversations with people because I feel like I'm being annoying to them. And I don't like being annoying to people. So to me, also, it means suddenly I'll not be able to do something. Like, I can't do new situations. So if suddenly my mom came home and walked in the door, which is behind my camera right now, and said, hey, let's go skinny dipping. My mom wouldn't ask me that, but let's toss it out there. hey, let's go skinny dipping. Come on, Jenica. I would be freaked out. I would be absolutely freaked out because I've never been skinny dipping before, and I have never been around anybody else that like I've never been to a lake where everybody's skinny dipping, and I just didn't because I didn't want to or whatever. And I will freak out. When I have a panic attack, I lose my breath. I get really shaky, and I stutter a lot. I stutter a lot anyway. See? I stutter a lot anyway, but I get really, really you can tell. And I stop talking with my hands, which I do, like you guys have seen. I talk with my hands, and so if I stop doing that, then you probably can tell that I'm uncomfortable. But yeah, that's just what it means to me. If you have any of these quote-unquote symptoms, don't directly think that you have anxiety or depression, because you might not. It could just be you're tired, or you have a vitamin deficiency, because lack of B12s will cause fatigue. Talk to your doctor, talk to a therapist, talk to your parents or something. Don't just assume. Would you please? Don't just assume you're depressed. Even if you feel like you have classic symptoms of depression, also I'm going to add on irritability. Self-explanatory. But part of it could just be hormonal. Because at least I am a teenager. I'm going to assume a lot of you watching are teenagers. But other than that, I mean, just talk to your parents or a therapist if you see one, or a doctor about it, because otherwise you're just diagnosing yourself, and that's not very reliable. Also, I want to toss in here, I'm gonna go get my food now, but self-harm and depression / anxiety are not the same thing. You don't have to be depressed to self-harm. You don't have to self-harm to be depressed. So, I'm pretty sure Kat said that too. So, don't just assume if you self-harm that you're depressed, and if you're depressed that you have to self-harm. Otherwise, your depression isn't real, which is something that I've felt a lot, that my depression isn't real, because, I'm pretty lucky for what I've gotten, so there's no real reason for me to be depressed. But it's not because of what you have, it's a mental thing. You could be Donald Trump's daughter, and you could still be depressed. So it has nothing to do with the physical things that you have, or the loving family. It's all subjective. But yeah, I will see you guys next Friday. I'll probably be filming a video for my channel, linked below. So promo. Right after I eat. So if you would like to, it'll probably already be up. So, before I upload this. So, go watch it if you haven't already. I don't know. And have a beautiful weekend! I think this weekend's Father's Day. So, happy Father's Day to your fathers, to any fathers out there, to any mothers out there. Happy! I'll see you next Friday.